Sweets, we love them. Right? They're great, not for your teeth.
Let's see, is it kosher? They're kosher. No way. These are on the list. Tropical Tots. We'll get these.
Why are some sweets kosher and why are some sweets totally not kosher?
Sour Patch from America are okay, but they're not kosher here.
The biggest hurdle to sweets being kosher is a substance called gelatin.
Gelatin? Gelatin? I think we've identified the problem. They're all not kosher.
Gelatin is a major problem for Jews because of how it's made. But don't take my word for it. I caught up with Rabbi Rabbi Conway, who is the head of kosher certification for London Jews.
So gelatin is made from animal bones or animal skins, sometimes one or the other or both. It's a gelling agent. There are other gelling agents, but it's a very good gelling agent. It has very good properties for the purposes of fruit pastels and things like that to have them nice and chewy.
Traditionally, gelatin is made from pigs and cows. You may be thinking, pigs, I get. Pigs is the quintessential food that's not kosher for Jews. What's the issue with cows?
The animal is potentially a kosher animal, it's a cow, but because it hasn't gone through the kosher processes, salting to remove the blood, all these things, gelatin is regarded as a non-kosher ingredient.
Now you might be thinking, no gelatin, no problem. But that's not the case because there are other ingredients that are used in sweets that can be derived from things that are also problematic.
So these two are, because they have the vegan friendly, we definitely know they don't have gelatin in. But obviously you can't just pick up anything that's vegan friendly. You need to check on the app as well. So vegan's a good start because it won't have gelatin.
So luckily for those people, Rabbi Rabbi Conway and his massive team go to loads and loads of factories across the entire world to check these types of ingredients.
We actually certify, people will be amazed by this statistic, we certify over 2,000 factories worldwide, Malaysia, China, Japan, Thailand, and the ingredients don't necessarily even come from one supplier. So they use a certain emulsifier, but they've got 2 or 3 different suppliers. One in Denmark, one in China, and they want kosher certification for every ingredient that's coming in.
If you're ever in a supermarket and look at the ingredients of a product, you might notice some of them are numbers preceded by the letter E.
It might be called E471, E472 brackets D, not easy for most people, even in the trade, to know what's what. Fascinatingly, E120 represents cochineal, a red color, which is a natural color derived from beetles. This cochineal beetle is literally farmed and grown on cactus plants in hot countries like Spain, and they scrape them off the cactus and they dry them and they extract the red color from these red beetles.
Now, in case you didn't know, insects are also on the list of things that are unfit for kosher consumption. But because people prefer to buy things that have natural additives instead of artificial ones, and E120 made from the beetle is considered to be a natural coloring, manufacturers prefer to use these types of additives even though it costs them more. So how can anyone who cares about keeping kosher hope to navigate the absolute maze that is the modern day supermarket?
Should we stop off at a kosher store and see what the sweet scenario is there? This is our version of Tesco's. The best thing about being in a kosher store is that you just pick anything off the shelf. It's kosher, right? Kosher, kosher, kosher. Kosher, but I'm not having this. Haribo, see? Fish gelatin. Different.
But what if you don't live in a Jewish community? What if you're on holiday and all you've got near you is a Tesco's or a Sainsbury's or some other similar supermarket? How do you know what you can pull off the shelf?
So I've got this Is It Kosher app, put the brand name in. Not everything's always there.
Remember I told you about the London Beth Din? They actually go round and have a look at most common products in a supermarket and they tell us on the spot whether or not we can put it in our basket.
I think actually things have moved along quite considerably. If you worked in town and you were hungry and you needed something, it used to be you were going to starve. There are many stores, Sainsbury's, that will have a kosher section that you can just buy hummus and there's crackers. You know, you're set. If you're hungry, just to keep you going until you get home, you're good.
One of the other things that Rabbi Conway mentioned is that the latest trend is to have products that are more vegan friendly.
Not particularly because of the kosher market, which is relatively small in this country. The fact that there are so many vegetarians and vegans and Muslims, so manufacturers are looking at alternatives. And this is really exciting for us.
Because the more the industry moves away from animal products and towards vegan and plant-based products, the easier it is for a product to be kosher. Take fruit pastels, for example, one of the most common and popular sweets in the UK market. And the London Beth Din recently said that these products were okay to eat because they contained no gelatin.
Tropical Tots and fruit pastilles are both on the list. Look at it. We can't, it's been decimated by the Jewish community. You can't really appreciate, unless you keep kosher, how amazing it is when something that was previously not kosher becomes kosher. Oh, there it is. That artificial lime flavour, you know, no acidity whatsoever, just like taste of green. I think Jews are obsessed with food because there's so much of it we can't have. But it's all about psychology. It's like having vegan cheese on a burger. There's like a guilty pleasure of it. Absolutely kosher. Have you tried these yet? Yeah? Chewy? Yeah?
Good.
I used to buy these, but they used to come in a long roll with the sweets in, not in a bag like this. When I was at school, we had a tuck shop and it used to open at break, right? So what I figured out is that if you go to the toilet near the end of the lesson and then just go and directly to the tuck shop, you'd be first in the line. So I'd get back and the teacher would be like, "Where have you been?" And I'd be like, "Toilet." My jaw's aching. I swear I'm gonna be sick.
So, if you're like me and you have a sweet tooth, just get the app. It makes it so easy. Or you could just not eat sweets altogether and protect your teeth. Just get something like a salad instead. They don't have any problems, do they? Actually, the humble salad has much more complex issues with regards to being kosher than your average bag of sweets. Sorry. They're really addictive.